But first I'd like to talk about why this courthouse is important. Why the courthouse has aroused so many passions in this county. What do we have in the whole county? Well, we have the courthouse. And the courthouse attaches us to our ancestors, and it attaches us to our government, and it helps to create the sense of place, which is a sense of security, if you want to go deeper into things. When my great-grandfather was 18 years old, he got a job helping to build our courthouse. He walked every day from New Haven. It's 9 miles. It sounds impossible now, but it was very commonly done then. And he also walked home. He left a diary in which he wrote every day what he had done working on the courthouse, and then the rest of his life. This diary was, for the month of October 1858, was recently published in the entries were recently published in the Mitchell County Press, which is the Osage newspaper. Certainly this connection with my family is very important to me and my passion to save the courthouse.
I was asked by one of the supervisors to read through a manual on becoming a certified local government so the county could get some money to help fix up the courthouse for its 150th anniversary. But while I was working on finding money to fix the courthouse, the supervisors had a change of heart, and I think it came with some repairs that were needed in the recorder's office. They selected an architect that was recommended by another county that had hired him, said that he was very accurate with his budget. He said the project would be $11 million, and it came in at $10.8 million. They said he was very good at looking at the space in the courthouse and rearranging it and using it more efficiently. But he had digitized all the drawings of the courthouse, and when he came to speak to the supervisors, they were rude to him. They dismissed him. They said, "We're not paying for your mileage or your time to come up here because we've decided not to hire you." So I followed him out to the parking lot to apologize, and he gave me a flash drive that had all of the drawings of the courthouse on the flash drive. And I said, "Well, I think maybe the Friends of the Courthouse group would pay you for your time and for coming up here." And he said, "No, just consider that a donation." At that point I decided that I think I would just start videotaping the supervisors' meetings just on my own, because I think maybe they forget what they say. Maybe we remember things differently, but I thought, well, we need a public record of things that are said, because I felt like I'd been lied to. Maybe in their mind they didn't lie to me, but I certainly felt like that, you know, they hadn't been honest with me when they asked me to get funds for the courthouse, changed their mind and didn't include me in the discussion about, oh, by the way, we don't want to fix the courthouse anymore.
I'll give you a little bit of history of the Mitchell County Courthouse. It's one of the oldest courthouses still in use in the state, I believe. I used to think it was the oldest, but it's, and I researched it, I think it's the second oldest. Somebody said third, but I think it's second. Our courthouse doesn't have the marble columns and floors that some of the very old courthouses have. I suspect that there was not even an architect at the time that that was built. That's just my surmising that. I think that our pioneer families, you know, wanted that building, and they were very sturdy people, and they built a very sturdy building. It had to be sturdy to withstand all of the ages and the kinds of weather we've had. So our very first act after I got on the board was we needed to, the cupola was leaning, and we needed to straighten that out. We did the tuck pointing. We had the bricks were color coded. And, you know, if you look at how long paint would last in a house nowadays, I mean, outside, not very long, would it? But those were done in 1975, and today they're really still in pretty good shape. It's a leather chair for each juror, and well, over time that leather had deteriorated and it was cracked, and anyway, one of the jurors stuck to the leather in that chair. And I remember Judge Sullivan, at that time the Board of Supervisors, we had our room upstairs, and Judge Sullivan went to the clerk's office at the end of the day, and he said, the supervisors will pay for that person's clothing, and there will be air conditioned in that courtroom, and those chairs will be replaced by Monday morning. This is Friday afternoon. Got there at 7 o'clock in the morning, and by 11 o'clock, we had all of the chairs covered, the seats and the backs. It was air conditioned, and Judge Sullivan was happy on Monday morning. Now that the courthouse, they've claimed that it's in a state of disrepair and that it's unsafe, and well, why wasn't that taken care of over the years? Well, quite frankly, I felt kind of insulted by that, having been on the board for 24 years, because actually, we did make improvements. We made ADA improvements. There was a new elevator put in. We did repair things as they came up.